It began with the assistance that was being offered by the American Christian missionaries to the Kuomintang. Kuomintang, that is Chiang Kai shek's defeated nationalist forces, which had retreated to Taiwan by May 1949. It was after the capture of Yunnan by Mao Zedong's PLA, People's Liberation Army, that stragglers from the defeated KMT had fled to Myanmar. A part of this force under Chen Wei had trekked down to a place called Mong Pong in the extreme southeast of the Shan state of Myanmar and established contacts with Taipei. Their aim was to regroup with some other 5,000 some other KMT remnants who had fled to Laos and Cambodia and thereby reconquer Chiang Kai-shek's lost provinces beginning with Yunnan. Chiang Kai-shek therefore decided to reinforce them, and this was the period of the beginning of the Korean War when North Koreans crossed the 38th parallel in June 1950, backed by China, as a result of which America made an entry into the war. Now, America was not yet involved with the KMT in Myanmar officially, but special covert operations were started to interfere with communist activities in Southeast Asia. American missionary assistance was offered to the KMT forces from their bases in Taipei and Bangkok. Encouraged by the Americans, the KMT made two abortive intrusions in Yunnan in 1951, but the expected rebellion inside Yunnan failed despite American support. In August 1952, another attempt was made, but that too failed. This now compelled the KMT to stand firmly against the communists in Myanmar. These operations required huge finances. The KMT was now controlling the Trans-Salween highlands in Myanmar where high-quality opium grew. With the encouragement of the KMT, poppy cultivation now spread to the hills, including those areas bordering India's northeast. And the American missionary-sponsored secret war continued till January 1961 when the Burmese army, backed by the PLA, took over control of the KMT base at a place called Mong Pa Leo and drove them to Laos. By now, the KMT's decade-long presence in Myanmar had created a thriving narcotics and drugs industry, which it continued to exploit from its bases in Thailand and Vietnam. Towards the late 1980s and the beginning of the 1990s, nearly all of these Christian insurgent groups depended in some measure or the other on the drug trade to finance their armies. And this was the same time when the dark clouds of insurgency were beginning to engulf several states of the Northeast one by one, but Manipur, Mizoram, and Nagaland in particular. And simultaneously, during this period, drug addiction was also on the rise here. This is I'm talking about the entire decade of the 1980s and the beginning of the 1990s, when opium cultivation in Myanmar and other areas of the Golden Triangle was at its peak.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.